Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed, baby. I like that concussion. When I talk about concussion, hey, that's some Deontay Wilder talk, ain't it? Now we got a little good news with Deontay Wilder. Seen an interview, one of my favorite uploaders and his disciple. You know what I'm saying? Some good interviews from people from Deontay Wilder's team, and we know it the whole time. Deontay Wilder knows a lot about what's going on with his fight with Tyson Fury in his first and second fights, and he should be coming soon with some information. And that's good, right? Now, let me get straight to my point here. Uh, I disagree with Deontay Wilder on one thing, right? One thing. I don't never really disagree with no Deontay Wilder, but I don't have to tell anybody who's been in here over 2 or 3 times that I don't. I'm the guy who says Deontay Wilder's boxing career is worthy of a movie and a damn good one. And I say it all the time, exact words, because it is. Fury beat him, then they start talking about a movie, right? Deontay Wilder's American, started 19 years old, daughter sick, knocks out everybody. We can't get a movie with that. Nobody's coming up to him. You don't need a script. Just talk to the man. How many times I've said that? So anyway, but here I disagree with Deontay Wilder with one thing. Deontay Wilder ain't got to fight Fury the third time. Deontay Wilder ain't got to ever fight again, in my opinion. Ever. He never has to fight again. See, the thing about it is when you sit and let people tell you what you saw, tell you how good he was or he wasn't, and do all that stuff, get your own mind. If you've been watching, like for example, me, I've been watching for decades, sport in general, I know what I see. And I don't really care what anyone is telling me. So I was there for the ride. I watched Deontay Wilder's knockout from knockout 18 all the way up. And they were all awesome. And you wasn't expecting it every damn time that this was going to happen. You was thinking this somebody going to clock this little skinny dude. But in the meantime, that's awesome the way he's knocking people out. Right? So if you've been following the guy, it doesn't matter what happens after that. You saw that run. And that's similar to like a guy like Herbie Hyde. I saw Herbie Hyde's run. I saw Prince Nassim Hamed's run. I saw Chris Eubank Jr.'s run. Just people are just popping up, right? You see that run, people are talking about Roy Jones and stuff. Did you see Roy Jones's run? That's why when you talk about the best boxer ever, Roy Jones' name is in there. You see runs, and and that's it. Deontay Wilder's run is legendary, regardless if he ever fights again. He could be like, I'm sick of this boxing. I'm sick of the way people treat me, and I ain't never fighting again. He would still be a legend. He's a Hall of Famer already. He ain't got to fight Tyson Fury again. Reason why is because Tyson Fury cheated, okay? Or allegedly. I don't even like to say allegedly, but allegedly cheated in both fights, right? No one's investigating. So my point is, when Deontay Wilder, he should be suing people, a whole lot of people. That's way more important in the grand scheme of things. Now, because so many people are involved. It's not just the people in the ring. We got commissions, we got sanctioning bodies. It's a whole lot of people, right? Just like it is in Trump's administration. See all the people going to jail, like everybody, right? Right, and they still doing illegal stuff, and it's taking. You're like, what's wrong with Congress? Well, because the Senate ain't helping. That's what's wrong with Congress. They can't do something, so it takes a little while. The Southern District of New York can't really get their job done. They keep, if you got somebody like Bill Barr, you put him in the spot to do your dirty work, then it takes longer. Justice never happens right away. It takes a long time because there's people blocking justice and the truth all the time. So that's the same thing with Wilder. And I think justice and all of these corrupt people that are in boxing, even networks, right? That you cover boxing and you won't cover this. So you don't cover boxing then. You cover what you telling us what we supposed to be looking at, right? Which means you're getting ignored, or like I used to say in the 80s, you're getting egged. Okay? Getting egged. That's what you're getting. Right? Nobody paying attention to you. You better talk some hoops or something, then we can start talking again. But when it's about boxing, credibility is done. Okay? I'm a forever person. I'm saying if you can't cover this story, then what? I don't want to hear you about nothing. You probably the same one telling me that Lomachenko's #1 and Gennady Golovkin's the best middleweight in 25 years, and Canelo's #1 pound for pound or something. So I ain't really got no time. You know what time it is. So they don't get listened to. Right? Deontay Wilder ain't got to go in here and fight Tyson Fury. Let me tell you something. First of all, you got a dent in your head from something, right? There's a whole lot of recovering. People think they're okay. You get in there and the adrenaline flows, and who knows what happens if he's the same, right? I would rather justice first, right? This is just me. I would rather justice. Get them all. Get them all. Because it's absurd, it's ridiculous, and it's been going on for years. Get them all. Make them pay, make them have to go to jail if necessary. Those things are more important. But here's the flip side. Flip side is I'm gonna get that money. That's bottom line with the flip side. That's why I can understand him. It's like he wants to get the best of both worlds. I want to get him back, right? But to get him back would be okay. I'm gonna load my gloves. Do you want to? Anybody really want to see Deontay Wilder with some loaded gloves or some gloves that's not right and stuff like that? Do we really want to see that? Because that would probably be murder. He wrote, right? And we don't really want to go there. That's what I said that the whole time. If Deontay Wilder was found out that something's wrong with his gloves, people would be crying their butts off, calling about this attempted murder. He's already dangerous and blah 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 blah, right? So bottom line to me, even though it's good news to see that his crew, that his people, and I know him, they know what time it is. Okay, they absolutely know what time it is, and that's why he's driving these networks and all these people who write articles and stuff. He's driving them nuts because he won't talk to them. Right? They're trying to get some damage control by acting like you talk to him. You're not down with him. He won't ever talk to you again. How would a guy that don't know him or his team be able to say that with total confidence? Because I know that he knows what time it is, and he's similar. He ain't talking no more. So bottom line, you can rejoice. Only thing I disagree with is he ain't really ever got to fight that dude again. We gonna find out if this stuff is true. Something has to happen first, right? First. And I don't know how that's gonna happen. So if you're gonna sue, then you can't. You ain't gonna be able to fight him. So maybe he's not gonna sue, and that's what bothers me a little bit because if he's talking more about fighting him in the trilogy fight, then you probably can't do both. That's my little concern. But yeah, like I say, it's not really disagreeing with Wilder. He can go in here and try to knock his butt out, right? But he ain't got to win the fight. He ain't. And if you've been following Deontay Wilder, like we said before, you know damn well he didn't lose the first fight. It was not a draw. We just watched the fight the other way. The aggressor should have got at least a couple of those early rounds in the first fight, and he's the champion too. So he should have the first fight, and he cheated in the second fight. Actually, it's 1-0, right? And you can't say that because people gonna come to you talking something, man. But it's the same people that this dude who just went this so-called militia, but he's gang with a AR rifle coming, going over there, right? To Kenosha talking, right? He's got 225, 250,000 dollars already donations for his defense, right? Stuff like that. So those kind of people, man, who cares what they think? You know what I'm saying? Who cares what they think? But there's still some people who cares about the law, the rule of law, justice and stuff like that. There's still some left on the planet. Not many. We're in the minority, but there are. And if justice is served, it ain't gonna be no damn fight. Doma Sports Talk worldwide, and I'm about it, y'all.